Hey everyone, Jacob here from J.D.T, and today we are counting down my top 10 scariest games. I'm only including games that I have played, so like Resident Evil 7 and 8, Bioshock, all those horror games will not be included because I have not played them yet, but these are the top scariest games that I have played. Coming in at number 10 is Slender the Arrival. Without giving too much away of the plot, basically, we are Laura. We're trying to find Kate after she's suddenly gone missing, and obviously, Slender Man comes into play. It can be scary at times, but yeah, it's got Slender Man. It's even got little helpers of Slender Man. It's a short game, but it's scary nonetheless. There's obviously jump scares. There's the little guy. The Slender Man, and it's got Slender the 8 pages in it as well, so that's something for old fans as well as the new fans that like the Slender Man series. On to number 9. Coming in at number 9 is Amnesia, a machine for pigs. It's not going to be the last time you hear the Amnesia brand in this video. The story, Mandus has drank the potion and is trying to find his children that he has lost in this machine he has made to rid humanity of scum, pretty much. But yeah, it's very scary with all the man pigs, especially the electric pig at the end. But I can't really talk much more on that. On to number 8. Number 8 is Layers of Fear. You are a painter that is losing his sanity because he can't produce the perfect artwork, and his house is forever changing, and all these different things that poke at different types of people's fears. It's a terrifying game because most of the time you can't control what's going on. Well, you can control what's going on, but yeah, it's confusing. And all these things happen, all these jump scares, all these different monsters, all these different things, and the house is always changing. So you could enter a room, turn around, and then there'd be a corridor that wasn't there before, and just things like that make this game scary. Number 7 is The Last of Us. Hear me out. It's one of the best games I've ever played, but the fear factor, it doesn't get into the top 5 for the games I've played, at least. It's my opinion, but the story, fungus called cordyceps spreads a few years into the apocalypse. Joel has to escort this girl who is apparently immune across the United States to this group called the Fireflies. And yeah, fungus called cordyceps, and it spreads into different stages. As you can see, there's the big ones, which is called bloaters. You've got the stalkers, you've got the runners. You've got all sorts. But yeah, The Last of Us is a scary game, and it's not only because of the different variants of monster, well, zombie, not zombie, infected. It's also because of the different people that you have to avoid, and like the different types of people. And a lot of the time, the enemies can't see, so if you make a noise, that will draw the enemies to you rather than seeing you, and that can sometimes be scarier because sometimes you can't help yourself against these enemies. Like, if they get you, it's game over for some of them, and that's what makes it terrifying. Now on to the next game. Number 6 is Outlast 2. You are playing as Blake, who is in a helicopter crash while recording for this thing, and he has to try and find his wife, but this like area that's full of cultists and full of religious people who worship Noth, and they see the Antichrist being born. I can't really tell you any much more about it. without spoiling it. But yeah, Outlast 2 is a terrifying game and definitely worth playing if you're a horror fan and like to scare yourself like myself. Coming in at number 5 is a DLC, but Outlast Whistleblower is one of the scariest games I've ever played. You are Wayland Park, a whistleblower who is trying to reveal the information of Murkoff Corporation, but you get caught, they try to stop you, and then yeah, I can't really reveal more, but it's terrifying. It's definitely a great add-on for the original Outlast, but yeah, terrifying game, especially the bits with Eddie Gluskin. It's a short game, but it was worth every penny. And yeah, on to number 4. Number 4 is Soma. Soma is a game developed by Frictional Games, which also made the Amnesia games. You are Simon. You have been in a car crash and you go for a brain scan, but your brain scan goes wrong and you get sent somewhere else. I can't really say much more without spoiling the plot, but there's tons of terrifying enemies. It's very similar to Amnesia, but it's got a different feel to it. What a game! What a beautiful game! It had me very scared many times, and all the enemies have different ways of going about them. Like some you can't look at, some you have to stay completely quiet because they're blind. Some of them you just have to completely avoid. Some wait around your objective, so you have to find a way around them, and some of them just are relentless. But yeah, number 4, Soma. Definitely. Now on to number 3. Number 3, it was a struggle to not put this at number 2 or number 1, but number 3 is Alien Isolation. This game was terrifying from start to finish. It was just so tense because the alien constantly hunting you. You are Amanda Ripley, who is Ellen's daughter, and yeah, she's trying to find closure about her mother, but this alien keeps stalking you that is very intelligent, and in the game, if you do the same thing over and over and over again, the alien will like adapt to that. So it's very smart AI, which makes it stressful, as well as the working Joes. Alien Isolation is a completely terrifying game. Now on to number 2. Number 2 is Amnesia: The Dark Descent. I have a soft spot for this game because of how good it was, but this game is terrifying because it's just terrifying with all the monsters, all the Lovecraftian horror. You are Daniel, and you take the amnesia potion to forget about your troubled past, and you hunt down Alexander, which pushes you further and further down into this castle of Brennenburg, which gets worse and worse and worse the further you get. You can't look at the monsters for too long without losing sanity, which is the sanity mechanic is one of the best mechanics I've ever seen in a game. But yeah, unbelievable. I love this game, and yeah. The number 1 pick for me is Outlast. Outlast is a game that is just non-stop scary. Like, you are Miles Upshur, and you go into a seemingly abandoned mental asylum to see the wrongdoings that have been done there. But as you soon find out, it's not normal. There's many bad guys trying to kill you, constantly chasing you, always jump scares as well, and you've got the whole Murkoff Corporation story, which I can't get into. But Outlast is a terrifying experience, which if you're a horror game fan and you haven't played it already, play it. It's definitely worth it. Like, you've got Rick Traeger, Chris Walker, all these terrifying things, and you can't fight back. You cannot fight back, whatever you do. So you can only hide and run from these people. And yeah. So yeah, that was my top 10 scariest games. So if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment what you want me to do next, and subscribe to become a member of the JD team. Bye!